How's that? Is that better, guys? Are there people here? Can you see me now? I think I had some kind of an issue. A stream quality. Okay. I'm getting all sorts of technical things happening here. Is everyone there now? Can you hear me okay? Just let me know. We had a little bit of a Houston problem there. Love to let you know. Can you see me now okay? Are you all right? Do let me know. Is anybody there? It doesn't seem to be happening. I think I may need to reboot. Ah, now, great. Timofey's there. Okay. Anybody else made it so far? I think we had a slight technical glitch there. Anybody else out there? Well, it does seem to be working. We seem to be getting to the right place. Ah, Kimberly's there. Excellent. Arlene's there. Excellent. You guys are here. Oh, that's great. I don't know what was going on there. So I'm going to just play some music now. Keep you all going. Here we go. Oh, the joys of live television. I feel like an anchor. You know, one of those moments when well, I feel a bit more than that actually. Maybe an extra letter in there perhaps. I feel like, you know, when you see the TV anchors and they're sitting there and they go, oh, just nothing's happening here. It's one of those. Anyway, hello Andrew, how are you doing? How's it good? Sean, I did get the frog. What a beautiful frog it is too. No one else needs to know anything about that. Absolutely. The sound is a little quiet. Is that, I've not changed any sounds. The sound is at your end, I guess. So just check if you can turn it up. Um, as far as I'm aware, everything is working well here. Sound is a little quiet. Okay. Can you let me know how that worked? Can you do something there? Desiree, how lovely to see you. I got your email. Thank you so much. That's lovely. So anyone else there? All okay? Can you hear things? Are things coming through? How are things there? Arlene's there. Yes. Hello, Arlene. How lovely to see you. Great to see you again. Haven't seen you since yesterday. Kimberly, how are you doing? Everybody well? Good stuff. Excellent. Sound is fine there. Yeah, good. Anyone else having issues? Are you all okay? Let me know. Or I'm afraid if you turn up your own volumes, I don't think I can control great. Emily's got it now. Fab. All good. Okay, guys. So what we're talking about today is something. Oh, my end is low. No, no. There's no. Really? Bit quiet for you as well. Okay. Let me see. Let me check my preferences. That's unusual. I mean, I don't know what else I can do here. Let me see. Give me a second. I see. Audio. Audio microphone delay. No. YouTube checking. Low latency, normal. Education, yes. Sounds okay to you? Well, can you turn up your own? So I'm getting 3 people saying okay. Music with super loud, your voice is low. Well, how's that? Is that a bit better? I can't change your volume, you see. So your own volume is personal. So that would be down to the equipment that you have, because if some people are hearing me really clearly, Emily can hear me. Bit low there. Okay with Andrew can hear me. Eamon's fine. And the sound is good in London. So I'm afraid it's over to you guys. It must be either your equipment or something. Check your preferences. That often is what's going on. Just to make sure that you have that loud and clear in Kerry. So I know that this end is going out okay. Otherwise, people wouldn't be having. If it was a universal problem, there would be something one could look at it. Okay, how is that? Beyond that, guys, I'm not sure. I mean, if I turn that, does that help? Quieter than normal, really? Indra, can you what are you on? Are you on a Mac or on a PC or whatever are you on? because I'm generating quite a lot of energy, I can assure you. And the mic's on, everything is good here, and a lot of people are hearing okay. I think, Indra, you're the only one who's having an issue now. So it must be to do with the preferences on your Mac or your PC or whatever it is, or maybe your headphones or whatever. Do check those out. That's something we've never had that issue, have we? You're on a laptop. Check your preferences and check your volumes. I know this sounds, I know you've all done that, but do check your volumes because if they're turned down low for a second, you just may need to pop them up. Can you all hear me well enough anyway? And then I can keep moving, yeah? Are you at 100 volume and you still can't hear? Well, I don't know what to do, my friend. I'm afraid I can't help you. If there's no, um, you know, yeah, Viv says it's all okay. Sound all good there? Um, is that better if I bring it really there and it's good in Berlin? Indra, I don't know what to say, my friend. I don't know. I've no idea what's going on there. And Siobhan is okay. All good. Yeah. Yeah, you can hear me okay. Okay, Indra, I'm real sorry about that. I don't know what to suggest, my friend. There's nothing I can do. I don't know. Anyway, guys, I'm going to keep going. And remember, there will be a replay, so you'll be able to catch up with anything you miss out on. This is a big one because this is one of those things that I'm really, really excited to share with you because this was something that was one of the things that I found so revelationary in terms of the way that the brain works is that what we have, these negative critical voices inside our mind. Anyone recognize that? Anyone relate to that? Any of you out there? I'm going to change my specs. Maybe that'll do it. Look at that. Whoops. Who knew? Now, can you hear me now? Because I've changed my specs. Is that better? I hope that's better. You see, Eamon says straight away, yes, makes all the difference. Who knew? Specs makes all the difference. All good, guys. Right. So this is about the internal voices. Who here, and I know you all have one, but some of you may not have even located it yet, who has a negative, critical, internal voice? Ah, that's interesting. Amy can hear me better. Great. Who has a negative, critical, internal voice? Let me ask you. Arlene says definitely yes. She definitely does. Anyone? Although it might be a little quieter today, Arlene, after our coaching call yesterday. What do you think? Let's see. Let's notice Kimberly has absolutely. Siobhan, absolutely. Eamon, moi. Eamon has a French voice talking to him. Brian, yes, for sure. So, this negative voice, let me ask you, whose voice is it? What do you think? Viv says yes. Beatrice says yes. Whose voice is it? Who do you think? Whose voice is it? Which voice are you listening to when you have the negative critical voice? One of the ones I used to have was a rather harsh voice that used to give me a bit of a hard time and sort of was pushing me on. And I used to think that voice was critical and harsh and like a kind of rather bit of a bully, that kind of a thing. And I wondered, Kimberly says it's mine. Sean says it's my mother's. Emily says, yes, my friend of many years. Right. I think we're going to IEU. Absolutely. That's exactly whose voice it is. It may sound like your mother's, Sean, but it's yours. It is yours. And what happens is, over time, what we do, just a little bit of a recap. For those of you who, or maybe this is useful, coming in here with this, yeah, inside our filters, we have memories in there. Memories create pictures in our mind, sounds in our mind, thoughts. Melissa says a mixture of mine, my mum and myself. Brian says mine. Yeah, it is yours. And the mixture of your mum and yourself is also true. You're often listening to that other voice. You listen to, and it may sound like But if you think about it, our parents are not literally in our heads, are they? Right? They literally are not in our heads. They cannot physically be in our heads. They're not actively creating sound inside our mind. But we've internalized those voices. We take those voices on, the negative critical voices that we heard when we were young. A long time ago, I remember that I used to hear these voices again with me, and they used to be quite very strong and very harsh, very severe. And just to remind everyone, have you all heard the analogy of we're all this small little, when we're children, when we're babies, we're like these perfect little balls of consciousness who look out onto the world and just we're amazed by everything. And, as we go through life, we meet other people and we realize we can't do everything we wanted to do. We realize that we're less free. We hear people who start to socialize us. We come against peers, we come against our brothers and sisters, we come against our parents, our teachers sculpt us, our drama teachers sculpt us, and particularly our parents as well. They sculpt our reality. They give us our identity. And part of who we are is the internalization of some of these negative voices. And as we go through life, we get a little bit more conditioned. Round this thing sticks on the horseshit of experience, right? And what goes on underneath that after a period of time, what happens is you get closer and closer to wherever you are now. And through time, you want to start breaking through that stuff, because the danger is what happens if we become unaware. If we become unaware, what happens is that you start to have a kind of, if you become totally unaware of it, you're just not aware of what's going on. And that gives you, it's a bit of a problem. So becoming aware of our own voice, becoming aware of who we are, becoming aware of our own life is critical. And one of the ways we can move through these experiences is by understanding that the negative voices are just that. They're just voices, they're memories inside our mind and body system. But they are all part of ourselves. And everything that we have in terms of the coaching that I do here, everything I do in terms of the communication is all about this thing of, anything that comes up from the unconscious is there for your benefit. It's one of the big principles of NLP. There is there's no behavior that doesn't have a positive intention. Everything about whatever is coming up, even the argumentative part of ourselves, even the aggressive part of ourselves, even the challenging part of ourselves, even the critical parts of ourselves are all there for our benefit if we listen. So that's one of the things we're going to be talking about today. The other thing is about where is the location for your voice. Let me know where the location is for your negative critical voice. Whereabouts inside your mind and body system is your negative voice located? And sometimes it can be outside of ourselves, and that's perfectly okay. Sometimes it's inside ourselves. That's okay too. Sometimes it's in Shan says it's in her throat. So the negative voice is in the throat. Who else has a negative voice somewhere? Siobhan says in her head. I'm going to ask you to be more specific than that, Siobhan. Where precisely is this negative voice located in your head? Beatrice, same thing for you. Brian, more specific, just in front of my forehead. Okay, just in front. The location is very critical. It's very interesting to notice that it's different for everyone. Okay, your head behind your eyes. Do you ever get headaches, Emily, just as a result of that? I wonder. Having a negative voice inside your head behind your eyes? This is going to help you with that if you do. Janet says whispering behind your ear. Is it your left ear or your right ear? And Beatrice, your temples, you say. Is it your left temple or the right temple? Very specific. And if you say your temple, if this is your temple, is it below your temple? Above your temple? Where? Now, that's interesting. Emily says, yes, big time. Oh, Emily! And this is, if we could code, I would get rid of that in 10 seconds for you. Maybe you'll think about it. Maybe have a think. Have another thought. Maybe come and just do 3 sessions. We'll get rid of that for life. I guarantee it. Mandy's is behind your head. Whereabouts behind your head? Is it behind your head to the left, to the right, bang in the middle, up above? This isn't about getting it right. This is just about you being more specific about the location of where it is. Melissa says, the left side of my head above my left eyebrow. Tapping there helps clear the thoughts. Yeah, absolutely. Isn't that interesting? You see, if you think about it, tapping really is just a form of self-care. Oh, what's that? Oh, I want to, let's take care of myself. How is that? Right? You become aware of it, you become more aware, and that's what happens. Yeah? Okay. Like Amos says, call to memory of what someone said. Like Janet in my ear. Like a what in your ear? Didn't understand that one, Eamon. Janet, left ear. Absolutely. Brilliant. The more specific you can be, the more you can locate this accurately, the easier it is to move. Both your temples above your ears towards your forehead. Both your temples above your ears towards your forehead. Okay. Does it favor one side more than the other? Answer that one. It may not. It's fine if it doesn't. What's most important is you tell me the truth with specifically where it is. Kimberly says right at the front of my head, very clear. Is it right in the front, right in there, in the forehead? Locate this. Janet says, obviously mine is the negative writing voice as I'm not an actor. It's the same, absolutely. It's exactly the same thing. It really is. And this works. I do a lot of work with writers as well. I'm a writer myself, so totally, negative voices are totally dependent. It doesn't matter what job you come from, where you're coming from, they can come anywhere, in any place. Okay, you get the voices in stereo. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, I'm tempted. I know how to resolve that one, but I can't really do that now. Okay, so what we're going to do is this. I want you to have a little focus on all of these. And let's just checking that the sound volume is okay for you now. Is that still all right? Because I've not changed my settings at all, by the way, just so you know. Is that okay as a level? Just let me know in the comments, is that okay? Yeah, just let me know. I want to make sure that that's sounding okay. Siobhan says it's fine. Thank you, Siobhan. Siobhan's great. She always just goes, yep, there it is. Nope, it's not. Boom, boom, boom. Ryan says great. Fantastic. Okay. Good level for Janet. Janet. Laura! Ah, Laura's here. How fabulous. How wonderful. How nice to see you. Lovely to see you. And that's great. Is this binaural beats? No, but it's a kind of, my voice is soft. Okay, I'll come a bit closer. There we go. How's that, guys? That better? Excellent. Volume is great. Good. Okay, so what we're going to do now, first of all, do you remember the exercise we did the other day on Monday? Now Laura. Look. Laura Canavan Hayes. We're all very, very glad she's here. That was for Laura. Okay, guys, here we go. So what I want you to do is just to remember back to the exercise we did the other day on Monday about finding your alignment. Do you remember that? We talked about your dissociated alignment, when you were unconnected, when you were unaligned, and then the thought that you had about being aligned. You had the unconscious signal of being in alignment. Start from that position. So we're starting there, in alignment, right now. And just going to do 3 breaths again. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Very good. Really relaxing. Deeper and deeper. Relaxing. Starting from a congruent state of mind. Yep, that's right. Releasing. Releasing. And now we're going to create some more inner alignment. Think of a time when an inner voice criticized you or troubled you in some way. And put yourself back into that situation. My advice, seeing as you've been with me a while now, is to choose the most powerful one. When you were criticized the most, when you felt troubled the most. If I was working with you and you guys hadn't done much work with me before, I would be talking about finding a simple event. And if anyone feels they'd rather start with that, that's fine too. Absolutely fine. For those of you who've been around a while, dive in for the big one. Let's hook the big dark fish. Okay? When you're there in this moment, listen to the voice and notice what it is saying, what it sounds like, where it is coming from, and where it is directed. And now very slowly, welcome Peter, come along, lovely to see you. Peter was watching the wrong video. No worries, we had a bit of an issue, so I hope you're here. Good to see you. Come and join in. We're just relaxing, using our brain now in a new way. Now that you're back in that moment when you were experiencing the negative voice giving you that criticism or troubling you in some way, slowly allow that voice that you have located to move into the area of your body where your own voice comes from when you naturally, actually speak. Move it into your throat and notice how the voice naturally changes as it moves closer and closer, coming out of your own chest and throat. Most likely, the words that it says, the tonality that is used, and the volume will change in some way. When it has fully moved into your throat area, into the source of your own voice now, so it becomes your own voice now. Notice how it's different. Usually the voice will have become softer, and the tonality will have become more like a friendly, welcoming aspect of yourself. Sometimes the words will have changed from critical accusations, the factual data, or helpful suggestions. The words may have changed to a clear statement of how you feel, what you think, or what you want. Now we're going to what I call check for the I-you structure. And those of you who've been coaching with me will know all about this. Troublesome voices usually begin with the word you, followed by a judgment. You dumb, you stupid, you heckin', you useless, something like that. With this kind of voice, I'm talking to myself as if I was speaking to another person. I say you instead of I. When these voices move into your body, they often change spontaneously to a simple statement that begins with I, followed by feel, see, hear, think. I don't like what happened. I want to get a different response from you. If your voice has not already changed in this way, now invite your voice to do so. And notice how that changes your experience when you invite your voice now to make statements beginning with I think, I feel, I want. This is all about ownership. For example, you're no good at acting. I feel as if I need to improve my acting skills. You're never gonna make any money. I need to develop my understanding of money to make more money. You're pathetic. I'm open to learning new skills about self-esteem so I can feel good instead. Now, future planning. Think about the kind of future situations where you want to have this kind of inner alignment. Put yourself into one of these situations and quickly go through the above 4 steps again, noticing how this realignment makes you feel more whole and resourceful and makes the situation easier to deal with. So imagine you're going into, let's say you chose a self-taping situation or an agent situation or a going on stage situation or a self-taping, whatever it was, working with a casting director, whatever it is, whatever you're choosing, and it can be something non-related to acting, obviously. Whatever you're choosing, let's just go back into hearing where that voice is, noticing where it's coming from, getting specific about where it is. Listen to the voice and notice what it's saying, what it sounds like, and where it's coming from. And now move it into the throat area so it becomes your voice. Notice how the voice naturally changes as it moves closer and closer to coming out of your own throat and your own chest and your own voice. Most likely the tone will change, the volume will change in some way. When it's fully moved into your throat in the future, into the source of your own voice, notice how it is now different now. Usually the voice has become softer in the future. The tonality will become different and better for you. The words will have changed to a clear statement of how you feel, what you think, or what you want. And now finally check for the I-U structure. With this kind of voice, I'm talking to myself as if I was speaking to another person, if it's coming from outside. When I bring it in and out into the world, it comes from me, from I don't like what happened. I want a different response from you. I am enjoying my self-taping now. I love connecting with my husband, my partner. Whatever your situation, change it to be a positive aspect of what you wish. Invite your voice to make statements beginning with I think, I feel, I see, I hear, I am present. This is good. Now, most people often feel more resourceful when they feel this alignment with their inner voice. Most people feel a sense of relaxed openness and a sense of ease, a sense of their shoulders coming down, a sense of connection with themselves, a sense of feeling more congruent. And now you can allow yourself to gradually and slowly and easily just come back into the room now, as we begin to just focus on where we are now. How was that, guys? Let me know. How was that like? What was that like for you? Let me know. Might have a little bit of a stretch. Sometimes I know these little meditative moments are kind of extraordinary. Yeah, there's a great one. Look at that. Siobhan says, wow. Yeah. It can reframe things. Amos says, this is great. Right. This is really deep stuff. You're good. You can write. Of course you can. A new quiet dignity. How fab. Ooh, that got me. That's great. Great. Vortex of change. Fab. Oh, good phrase, Laura. Write that one down. Yeah, different feeling in your body that felt total ease in itself. Great. 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 And Peter felt but freezing in front of the camera and her go. Yeah, absolutely. So these inner voices are always an aspect of ourselves. When we dissociate from them, and those of you who do, when I do all the coaching, you know what we're talking about. When you dissociate yourself, when you say, you know what it's like when you feel really bad in an audition. You know what it's like when you really can't get on with your agent. It's a dissociation from your experience, from your involvement in yourself. And it doesn't allow you to learn because you're saying this is not part of me. As soon as you go, you know, this voice is saying you cannot do this self-tape. When you own it and feel it inside your body, you may say, I'm struggling with this self-tape. But you'll be more resourceful because you can now handle that. If you're feeling you're struggling with the self-tape, you can take steps when you feel relaxed and open about moving forward. Can you not? More awareness of that inner monologue. Great. Now that inner monologue as well, if it's an inner monologue, if it's going on and on and on, that's something you may find you want to look into. Is that right, Kimberly? Have I got that? If it's an ongoing one that is continually playing in the background, that may be something you need to look at because, there's nothing, it's nothing wrong, but what it can be is very disconcerting and it can be very disempowering. If you have something that's, it is, you say, okay. If that's there on a regular basis, what it's doing is it's become an ingrained pattern. And most likely, what happens with those, anything that's regular like that, is it's something that was implanted or installed in your mind from a very young age, and that you've just accepted that as being the reality and accepted it as being what's happening and is the truth. But it's not the truth, it's just an internal voice. That internal voice needs to be recoded so that it's actually going to be supportive of you, to be encouraging for you, to be helping you to be successful. Because if it's dragging you down in some way, is that what is your awareness of that? Let me know. What does the inner monologue do for you when you hear that negative voice? Let me know, Kimberly. Melissa says, peaceful, love it, feel ready and open to opportunity. Yes. Saw and felt yourself achieving. Great. And how did you experience when you experience the voice changing, right? That's actually, and Brian says, yeah, the sense of feeling in the body, felt at ease with yourself. Yeah, absolutely. That's where we're going. That's what we're looking for. That's the alignment with yourself. This is all part of my thing, you know, my goal here is to relieve the endless, needless suffering that actors are going through. That's my mission. That's my goal. That's what I want to do. Because all of this is needless. You don't have to have this going on in your life. If you have a disempowering voice that's pulling you down, and they can drag you down, they really can. They can tell you all sorts of things. Your voices, your negative voices can give you kind of, you're no good. You don't deserve love. You don't deserve success. You don't deserve anything other than failure. You only deserve to be bad. You're a bad person. All of this is reprogrammable. It's just shite that your brain is kicking up. Okay? Yeah, it makes you feel ready for anything. You are ready for anything. That's what I want to suggest to you. When you start to own more of anything that you in the past may have considered negative, reframe it. Say thank you for coming in. Yeah. Now, Kimberly says, I feel fighting the inner monologue so exhausting. When I just let it go unchecked, it's so much easier. You just allow it to just drift away. Here, Kimberly, let me just try this. Where is your voice, this negative voice that's going on inside your mind? Whereabouts is yours? Peter says self-compassion. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah. And if you have self-care and self-compassion when you're going out into the world, when you're taking care of yourself, either before, during, or after a self-tape, before, during, or after an audition, or just in life in general, the more you move to self-care, the easier that can become. And the more you make that part of your new habitual behaviors, the easier everything gets. Does that make sense? Timothy says, I feel more confident. Great. Fantastic. Siobhan put me first. Yes. Yes. So Kimberly, whereabouts is this inner monologue? Whereabouts is it? Where are you finding it? What place is it now? Whereabouts specifically in your mind is that inner monologue that's so exhausting? Just let me know. Because here's another one. If anyone else has got another thing you want to do, if you've got a negative voice, another thing you can do, if you've got another one, has anyone got another one? Think of another voice that comes and trips you up. Go back into that experience, recognize the inner voice, locate it. Where is it? It's here specifically, or it's here, or wherever it is. Bring it into your awareness and then just move it. Move it from there. Say, okay, I like my inner voice that is over my left ear. I want to move it down onto my right shoulder and just notice how that changes it. Sean says it's my sister. Now, the voice is not your sister. Your voice is you. The voice that's having a go at you sounds like your sister because you can experience it, but your sister's not in your head. Your sister's not in the room with you now, or maybe she is, I don't know that. But that's what's happening. It's the internalization of it. When you begin to dial down that negative voice, dial it down inside your mind. Now, Kimberly's come back and says the center of your head, but very attached to emotions. It feels like chest and abdomen. So it's center of the head, but attached to emotions, chest and abdomen. Do you see the line that you're creating between your forehead, your head, your throat, your heart, and your guts? But you're not putting the voice into your throat, where it's your voice out into the world. Allow that to just shift and notice what happens when you allow that to happen. Siobhan says, in the center of my chest, heart starts to pound. Absolutely. Yeah, it will do, because these are new things going on. You're feeling new thoughts. You're thinking new things. Yeah, but that's releasing, right? And you can align yourself with this new way of experiencing it. If you have a volume control inside your mind, you could just imagine that you do. And let's say, Kimberly, if you just have let's say you've got a scale of 1 to 10, right? Let's say you're on a scale of 1 to 10. You can hear the sound of this voice inside your head. What number would you choose? And all of you can do this. Listen to another negative voice, and on a scale of 1 to 10, tell me, what number are you experiencing that voice at? Just write me a number down in the comments. What number? Anyone? Got a number? Scale of 1 to 10. Siobhan is at a 9. Anyone else? What else have we got in there? Why is Siobhan always first? Come on, guys. Beatrice has an 8. Brian has a 4. Interesting. Sean has a 10. Great. So what I want you to do is to imagine you've got a 10. This is a scale of 10 up here. Can you see my fingers where they are? That's a scale of 10. And now we're going to dial it down. Imagine inside your mind that you literally have volume controls. So you can turn it down inside your mind. You're listening at 10, Sean? Turn it down to 9. Has it gone down to 9 now? Just let me know if it's gone down. And again, down. And again, down. And again, down. And again, Sean, where are you now? Kimberly, where are you now? Give me the number where you're at now. Give me the number. Indra's so cool. Yeah, Melissa's got it down to 3. Fantastic. Jeanette, look at that. Would have said 10 at the beginning, now a 3. Yeah, Sean is going down. Sean's got it down to a 4. Siobhan is down to a 3. Again, deflating like a balloon. 2. Going down. Here's my question to you. Who just turned the volume of your critical voice down? Who did it? Who did it? Brian's got it down to a 1. Yo! Brian gets the triangle. Sean did it. Absolutely. Correct. So turning those voices down, exactly. Writers definitely do need this, Janet. Is it Janet or Jeanette? Definitely do need this. Tell them to come along, definitely. Yeah, 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 you did it. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely you can. Yes. Beatrice, come and have a half-hour call with me. We'll talk about how you can make go down further. Mandy went down from a 10 too. Absolutely. Exactly. Indra, yeah, absolutely. Cool. Good man. Those free calls are still available for anyone who hasn't had one, by the way. I just remind everyone there's only one per person. And if you these are for new people only, right? That's what they're for. It's chat. Okay, can't spell. Yeah. So obviously you had to be a writer. That's the obvious thing. So what you had to do. Perfect. So good guy, great. I'm really glad about that. That really will make a difference. And as you go to sleep tonight, if you ever hear any negative voices, turn it down. Timothy, you're still at 10. Uh-oh. You got some work to do, buddy. You got some work to do. Jump inside, turn it down. Ah, look. Laura, 1,000,000% recommend if we have to change. Ah, great. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, Laura. You're super duper. Yeah, absolutely. There you go. And Laura is super writer, I have to say. Really fantastic. So, guys, what else is going down? Okay, yeah, definitely. Come on, Siobhan, come and book it. Do. So, those of you, any questions on anything about that? I'm hoping you're beginning to see the level of empowerment that you can get from something that used to just destroy you, right? Hopefully, you can do that. Yeah. What's that? Do the five. Yeah. Yo. Absolutely. Absolutely. Do hashtag do the five. I do recommend it. Honestly, guys, I actually would recommend it. Yeah. Ah, there you go. How amazing. Oh, you're on, my goodness, screenwritingonthenet.com. All those many moons ago when you were an alcoholic florist with the talking fridge. Oh no, not another one of those alcoholic florists with a talking fridge. See that on the television all the time. That's fantastic, guys. Fantastic, Jenna. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Guys, that we're almost out of time. So really fantastic. Lovely having you here. Great to see you here. You're very welcome, Timothy. No problem at all. Yes, you come on, Beatrice. Absolutely come and do it. No problem at all. You just jump onto my site, which all you know. I'll pop it in here if you don't know. www.nickdunning.com. Really hard to remember. But there you go. That's where you want to pop on there. Absolutely fantastic. Look forward to it. So guys, that's where we're at. And on Friday, we're going to do something a bit different. And then next week, I would do this whenever you. I wouldn't make it a daily exercise. No, but you can absolutely. Oh, you find the 20. Oh, great. Oh, I'm glad about that. 22 by 11, super helpful. Absolutely, it is. Really is. Ah, look at that. This is great. Talk to you Thursday. Brilliant. Ah, you're very welcome, Laura. Love you as well. CFL. Yeah, isn't that great? Actually, I agree. It's one of those things. It's nice. I'm liking doing it. And on Friday, I think we're going to probably be the last one of these because, but I might start up again on Monday, doing some similar stuff. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet, so I've got to figure out. But I think we might start up on Monday again on Facebook and just take it from there. Yeah. So look forward to seeing you and see you again on Friday, 1 p.m. Take care, guys. Bye now. All the best.